how do you decide if someone needs to go? I mean, it's time to stop all this. It's just time to let them go. You as an owner have been on the fence for a long time. How do you finally make the decision it's time to leave?
Good. That's a great way to put it. The clean answer, and I don't pretend to give legal counsel. We just make sure that that's communicated. So do not. I mean, take this from expertise and professionalism and what I've done with these own hands in my years. I would, anybody that is in the HR personnel universe will tell you that documentation, same way that when you're treating a patient, documentation, reports, emails, funkinesses that have occurred, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I mean, really, ideally, at this point, you want to let them go, the ugly, right? The ugly-ish. But also, so the data, and also data, it's got to be data-driven. Again, like a physical therapist. So if you're driven by data, if you have an occurrence that on March 5th, X, Y, and Z happened, or you have statistics or KPIs that point you to, they had these targets to achieve, they never have achieved them, or the last 6 months they have not achieved them. Like three major indicators or evaluators would be reports in their file. There's an old, I don't have it verbatim, but there's an old adage about, you investigate the employee, right? When you have about an inch thick of a personnel file or like so when it's about, I mean, again, we all use stuff these days, electronic stuff, but you get the idea that when there's it's been a little while and there's a few reports, let's look into this guy or this gal, right? So reports, data, reports, statistics, KPIs, trends, their arrival to current and in between. And really, if you make it non-emotional,
right,
not emotion,
right,
and no opinions are allowed. You want to get really raw on like the legal side, it's no opinions, no emotion. Jack Smith was late these days. He failed to achieve these targets that he knew they had. We had a evaluation,
accountability meeting of some kind.
Right, exactly. Or a review, and we went over it. He signed that he did it. Bye-bye. That's it. So those for sure are things to evaluate.
Yeah,